Indonesia is starting to do what Indonesia does best, 17 population in their capital. That's pretty good. In fact, generally Indonesian populations are doing pretty well. That combined with a load of campuses, I'm expecting Indonesian science to really start to accelerate now. If they can get a tech advantage on the enemy, they could really set themselves up nicely to get a scientific victory here. I just wish I could see a little bit more population in these two cities, especially this city. There are sort of sea resources that they could be building near. Can you put it near oil? I don't know if Indonesia's unique building can be put next to oil in the sea. I'm sure we'll find out sooner rather than later. Oh, now that is an interesting development though. Indonesia have just lost their central city to loyalty pressures. I wonder who's going to jump that one. In fact, actually, that might be Nubia. They've got a 10 population city here. I think it's probably going to be more than the pressure being given by these cities here. In fact, actually, has Genghis Khan stolen their city from Arabia? Looks like they might have done. What's that one called? Yeah, I think that was one of their cities. So that now puts Genghis Khan on 9 cities in total. That's pretty strong. I'm fairly impressed with that. And just like we thought, here comes Arabia's army, but they're skirting round. I don't know where that army's going, but really you want these troops to be fighting in a position that they can be backed up by the frigates. At the moment, they're all going a bit inland. Again, the AI just doesn't seem to be able to fight anyone on this game. I swear Civ 5 AI was a little bit better at combat. It's interesting to watch, but with frigates injured like that and attacking, look at all that damage done to the barracks. I'm not entirely sure that's the best thing to do. Really, I'd be going for this city and getting myself an inland there. Poland had just made peace with Arabia, interestingly. I thought Poland would be a little bit in trouble because Indonesia had declared war on them and were attacking them here. The loss of the 3 cities, they're probably saving Poland. Now, where is this army going, Genghis Khan? That's a long way from home. Do you think they're going after a city-state, or have they decided to go after Nubia? Because this up here, oh my goodness, a 22, you can't quite see it underneath the descriptions there, but that's a 22 population capital hidden away by Nubia. And look, yeah, Mongolia has declared war on Nubia. That's interesting. Indonesia peace with Poland, so again, that's not really nothing's gonna really happen there. Genghis Khan versus Nubia. It's interesting to see the army go all the way through there when actually they could have gone for any one of these cities or potentially this middle city. If Genghis Khan had nabbed that one, it would have given them almost total control over the middle of the island and really separated off these 2 cities from the Namibian heartland. God, what am I saying? Genghis Khan's army has really been scattered to the high winds, and Nubia, I should say, has started building frigates, which are slowly knocking out all Genghis Khan's units. I actually think a couple of these city-states might be allied to them as well, so Genghis Khan, yeah, and look at that, I lost another unit over there, dropping like flies. Really, really bad tactically from Genghis Khan. I think that's a shame. They could have really pushed on with this sort of inland strength. There are no ways out. They haven't taken any serious damage, but a lot of that forward army they could have used is now gone. That is interesting. So Mongolia have taken Indonesia's city here, and they've managing to keep full loyalty on it as well. That gives them a real strong hold on the centre of the island and a lot of the resources that come with it. All of these luxuries from the other end of the middle means that Mongolia is going to be one happy empire, and actually that's a pretty good thing considering how many cities they've got. Look at this, 1, 2, 3 spare settlers from Mongolia, but nowhere to settle them really, although they could get another city maybe here, another one here, so there are places. Really, Mongolia though, I kind of think they should have been going for city-states earlier if they were really wanting to push on. Nubia has made peace with Mongolia. Mongolia thought better of it, and actually they have managed to keep about half of the army that they landed or started with. So if they can get that home, maybe to Pella, the city up here with Alexander's old city, maybe they can keep themselves safe. And actually, look, it looks like Indonesia have launched a naval assault on Nubia, but with the strength of Nubia's walls there, they're going to need more than that. Especially now they've got ironclads and field cannons. Wow, it looks like Nubia have picked up a tech advantage against Indonesia. Although saying that, look, Indonesian infantry. Fair enough. Well, it looks like the AI is starting to tech up properly now. In fact, looking at Genghis Khan, have they fallen behind in tech? Only muskets. They've got the field cannons, but no infantry of their own. Arabia, who are normally pretty good, have again got the field cannons, but no infantry that I can see so far. I think Arabia are going to be coming to their own once they get battleships though. Once they get those, I think Arabia are really going to go crazy with it. Poland just to me feel like they've fallen behind ever so slightly. I can't see much in the way of Polish fighting force. They haven't really got any land army to speak of, but they do have a couple of frigates lurking around, a couple of caravels as well. That's a weird attack from Indonesia though. That was never going to go very well for them. In fact, this ironclad you can see just mopping up troops. So we're moving into 1620 now, turn 118. Genghis Khan's army and empire just looks so calming compared to the rest. They've got these defensive warrior monks just sailing around in their lands. Nubia have just put another city down here, so actually that puts Nubia in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cities for Nubia, compared to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Genghis Khan. So both empires with 10. Genghis Khan and Nubia clearly ahead of the others. Indonesia with 5. Again, you feel like the loss of that middle city was probably what they needed to really push on and try and win this game. Poland again with 5 cities, and Arabia with 5 as well. So really, in my head, 2 civs clearly out in front and 3 very much pegged on second place behind. Genghis Khan at war with Indonesia as well. I didn't see when that kicked off, but doesn't appear to be going very well for Genghis Khan at this precise moment. It looks like, if anything, Indonesia have the tech advantage over Genghis Khan's army. Genghis Khan does have anti-tank crews, but against the infantry of Indonesia, that's not going to get you very far. Those bonuses will not help you. So Genghis Khan have got to think about this a second time. Maybe boost their science up a little bit, get a little bit more of a technologically advanced army. I think really the wars here are going to be swung when nuclear bombs come down, and actually Nubia and Genghis Khan, with all of this access to the central island, I would expect them to have the uranium. Possibly Indonesia might have grabbed a little bit of uranium, that's what I'm looking for, but it doesn't look like they have. I forget whether uranium drops on this map actually. Actually, if Genghis Khan can keep this push, Indonesia do not have any extra units. They have a couple of sort of naval units up to the north of their empire, but really after this crossbowmen and the infantry sort of on the borders here, there's nothing much going for them. If Genghis Khan can get any of this huge army over from the right of its empire to the left of its empire over here, they should start doing quite well. Again, they just seem to be attacking with just random one-off units. Like, that's a musketman corps. Get that back, upgrade it to infantry, and then attack again. Otherwise, you're just gonna lose it. Again, as annoying as it is that we can't see which religions are winning, you can see by the scarcity and randomness of all the religious units. The fact that Poland's got religious units over here, Arabia's got religious units over here, Nubia has got them pretty much in its own empire. Nobody is clearly winning a religious victory at this precise moment. It's just, again, I never see a computer win a religious victory. It's basically, how good is the AI at recognizing that and then responding accordingly. One thing I also didn't notice is that the tiles of a city-state expand when envoys are given to them, so you can see which city-states are being targeted by computers and which are not. La Venta, for instance, is only expanded by seemingly 5 tiles, which means it's really not being competed for, but Kandy, for instance, and its strategic location between the two nations of Indonesia and Poland here. Look at all these envoys that have been bought. Probably, I'd say about 12, 13 have been bought for that one. So some are really competed over, whereas others just not. None of these city-states have received many envoys, for instance, in comparison. And over here, yeah, Muscat, look at that. Lol, all of the envoys compared to Nan Nadol, which has only received 2. So nobody's even bothered to take the suzerain bonus for that one. So interestingly, it looks like Indonesia have pretty much lost all of their army, whilst Genghis Khan is slowly pushing things in. Here we go. This is literally what I was about to say. Nubia declared war on Indonesia. Have Nubia tactically played this fantastically? They've sinned that Genghis Khan has been whittling down the defences of Indonesia, and they've gone, right, we're going to have a piece of this. They've got frigates, they've got Gatling guns, they've got anti-tank crews, they've got bombards on the way. Actually, if Nubia can get a slice of this, then they're going to do pretty well out of this. I feel like Mongolia have sent their troops a little bit too late. What were you doing, Genghis Khan? You should have been on this 5 turns ago. Looks like Arabia are going to have a second pop at Poland, which is an interesting one. again, I don't feel like they're going to do very well out of that one. Arabia just seems to send their troops all over the place. Yeah, and look, they're just isolated again, so Poland are going to pick those off pretty easily, really. Finally, it's taken them most of the best part of sort of 15 turns, but Mongolia have finally got a bombard in range of this Indonesian city. So far, the computer has really not succeeded in war. Oh, this is probably where Genghis Khan's army is. They've got this northern front up here. Again, if they can just stretch Nubia on multiple sides, they might start doing quite well. Arabia have managed to surround the Polish capital, and again, not really any troops in Poland, but 3 armies, well, 2 armies and a corps, they're not going to be enough to take the city. Really, this navy here that Arabia have got, they should have been taking these coastal cities. I mean, look, these frigates and these ironclad, that ironclad could smash into that city for very little damage of itself. Look at all these troops in Mongolia as well. They're really holding back. They're really not attacking Nubia like I expected them to. Well, not Nubia, but Indonesia. So you can see the walls of the Indonesian city are slowly starting to come down. But considering the combined strength around it, the AI is really, really mucking up the attack there. Just 1 battering ram, 1 siege tower, and that would have fallen much, much quicker. The computer, again, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different medics units, all in the surrounding area. Actually, make that 7, but no siege equipment. Why? Why do you do that, computer? It's so frustrating. And look, Indonesia and Nubia have made peace. I just feel like Nubia, that was a completely missed opportunity. Although, is Genghis Khan going after Babylon? That's interesting. Oh wow, finally, in 1 turn, Mongolia have suddenly pushed into Indonesia. The walls have come off, and suddenly it looks like they're making headway. This bombard has been sat there for maybe 6-7 turns without firing. It's finally starting to fire, and Genghis Khan is finally starting to see the results of it. But, look at that. So, Nubia has declared war on Arabia. That's quite interesting. But Mongolia's loyalty at their most far-flung city is already beginning to get lost. I wonder if Mongolia hasn't just gone into a dark age. That really will be a problem for them. And again, there we go, the city is lost to them. But if they lose both of those cities to loyalty, rebellion 11 turns, that's pretty good. Rebellion in 4 turns, Mongolia are not going to be able to keep these cities. That's a huge swing. So you might have seen the fact that Nubia have gone to war with Arabia, but looking at the 2 empires, I think that's a bit of a load of nothing. It looks like there could be an alliance war. City-states are finally starting to get attacked though, which is interesting. I wonder which ones are going to go down. None of them look like they're about to fall anytime soon, but again, keep an eye on the city-states, and some of these test runs, they've fallen pretty quickly, and it's massively swung the game. So even with the loyalty of their cities in question, again, even this city for Mongolia is now starting to fall. You can see the army is pushing, and now going into the Indonesian heartlands. If they can keep taking these cities, Indonesia are really going to struggle to get back into this game. And looking at Mongolia, I think I saw a tank. No, I didn't see a tank. I saw a mechanized infantry. So here we go. Mongolia are really starting to hit the latter stages of tech here. Nubia, though, have built a spaceport, so it looks like Nubia's science is going to be pretty high. You get a second spaceport, so they've actually got 2. That's impressive from Nubia. That's really good. It looks like they're going to be really pushing a science victory. Oh wow, Babylon taking some concerted effort from Genghis Khan there. That's interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if Babylon got on the wrong side of an alliance there, and they're gonna really struggle to keep that one. The independence of the city-state. Oh yeah, look, here we go. That city's now been lost. Oh dear, Genghis Khan, it's all going to start unraveling for you now. Hilariously low, the 3 cities as well have just picked up mechanized infantry because of the tech of Genghis Khan. Even though Genghis Khan doesn't appear to have many mechanized infantry in their army, full stop. It's an unfortunate swing for them, that one. Looking at Poland, it's quite interesting. Their culture seems pretty high. The density of the tiles around their capital is they're spread pretty wide. So I wouldn't be surprised if Poland are doing pretty well in culture, but I just don't think it's going to be enough to win them the game. You can see Arabia here, much tighter borders, generally speaking. I'm not expecting them to win a cultural victory either. Babylon falls, but again, rebellion in 3 turns. It's really, this loyalty system is really punishing civs that can't get a handle on it, and looks like Genghis Khan spreading too far and then losing all their cities. It's actually quite quite realistic in that sense. Nubia and Poland have just declared war on Mongolia. This could be the death now for the civilization here. Is Poland gonna sort of late in the game? They've played nice and tight. Can they go and steal a couple of these cities from Mongolia? Mongolia's army is kind of scattered around the map, up here in Babylon, down here in Indonesia, up here in Greece's old lands, or Alexander's old lands, I should say, Macedonia. Poland, if they get their stuff together, they might be able to push into the centre. But again, it doesn't look like they've got the military force. So really, it's the fact that Nubia have declared war is the most interesting. And the sort of decision is, where are they going to attack? What is being attacked here? Looks like Nubia are going north, which is an interesting one. Trying to take Pella. There's a spaceport up there actually, so maybe that's sensible. Looks like Mongolia are building spaceports. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3 spaceports down here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So Genghis Khan is really desperately trying to go in space. Look what's happened, everybody. Isn't this wonderful? So the mod is incredibly glitchy, as you might expect. It's really not a very good AI mod compared to the Civ 5 stuff, but it looks like we've lost all interface, which is exciting. So I can't see units, I can't see cities, I can't reload the game because I was playing as Alexander on this and they're out. So I can't even open up the game. Yeah, Firaxis, well done for that. I mean, I know it's a mod, but blimey, this is hilarious. I can just get hints of things that are going on here. We're going to have to approach this slightly differently. We can see the colours, you can see the 3 cities still in the middle here. We just have to be a little bit more imaginative of what we go. Mongolia haven't lost any of their cities in the middle. Arabia's just doing what they're doing. Look, it looks like they've just built an apostle. Fine, whatever you're doing, Arabia, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a science victory. It doesn't look like any AI has got a steamroller enough to take a domination victory. Actually, without all the colours, I'm just looking at the borders here. Oh my god, look at all this. Look at all these units. Jesus Christ, I wish I knew what they were. That's insane. Who knows? This mod, we'll get better. With a little bit of practice and a little bit of developing, I'm sure this will all come together. But look, Nubia's lands, they actually take a significant chunk of the map here. And it's pretty impressive for them. In a weird way, it's quite satisfying because you can just see all of Indonesian lands just burning on the frontier. You know exactly where the fighting has been. I'm surprised this 3 city hasn't fallen yet. And oh my god, look at all these troops. They're all fighting around here. Looks like Mongolia are pushing up into Nubia to try and sort of slow the rot, I guess. And actually, the fact that these cities haven't flipped yet would indicate that Mongolia is now out of its dark age and possibly into maybe a golden or heroic age. Oh look, Nubia has made peace with Mongolia. So it doesn't look like that's going to flip at all. Oh, and actually look, that city though has gone to Nubia. That's a good tactical piece by Nubia there. So they grab that city, go to peace, and then just consolidate it. So again, another city won by Nubia there. That's impressive. Poland are building beach resorts and amusement parks, so really going for the tourism now. That's an interesting play by Poland. While nations are at war like this, you'd be surprised how easily you can get a tourism victory. Again though, I'm just not used to seeing computers pull off a tourism victory. They've also got to be careful as well that by staying at war with Mongolia, that doesn't give them grief in the long run. Because I don't think Poland have got the army to stop a forceful invasion by both Arabia and Mongolia. It's funny, with this era, you just have to guess what's happening by the direction of the troops. Look at all these mechanized infantry here. They're all facing down and left, so I would indicate that these are Mongolian troops attacking Polish cities. And maybe this one facing the other direction is a defensive unit from Poland. It's... this mod already, there are teething issues I appreciate, and this is very frustrating, but bear with me. We'll sort this out, and in future games won't be like this. We're just so vested into this game, I can't abandon it. It would pain me too much, so we'll stick with it. I think we're almost at the end of the game now. Look at that, Nubia have taken over the city-state. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So it looks like the city-state was a 3-state for a little while, and Nubia have just absorbed it into their empire. So Nubia launched the final rocket and they have won a science victory. It's very unspectacular because I've lost the UI. It didn't show me a victory screen, which is, again, really annoying. But there we go, first round. Teething problems. We'll get the next one sorted perfectly. Just a sort of little rundown in the game. Yeah, it's just continuing. It won't actually stop the game, which is a little bit annoying. So we will play this in perpetuity. I mean, Nubia clearly won the game. Look at that. A huge amount of territory for them there, but I think, and I don't know about you, but second place has clearly got to go to Mongolia for the early takeout of Alexandra, which was pretty Alexander, whoever it is. For the early tech out of that is impressive. For the way that they've just managed to pile into the territory from the other side of the map, again, really impressive. Indonesia, poor Indonesia. They've been burning. We just lost another city just to rub it in, just to really rub that one in for them. So there we go, Indonesia. Oh, it's the last place, but you did well. Oh look, and they're losing all their last cities now. Oh goodness, they really are just being divided amongst the victors here. Poland started so well and was one of the first onto the main middle island areas, but then lost its city to loyalty. So again, you feel like that play was probably the turning point for them, and Arabia didn't really do anything. A little bit disappointed, I should say, with Arabia, but there we go. So going through into the round 2 is Nubia and Mongolia. Next time we'll be seeing who we've got: Egypt, France, Pericles, Germany, and America. Ooh, like an old school one there. So join us next time. We'll see what happens in Heat 2. Bye!